All right, Jake Brennan here.
Brett.
We're at the beautiful Playhouse Cinema in downtown Hamilton.
Yeah.
Historical place which saw the movie Maxine. This is the third film in TIE West trilogy with the beautiful Mia Goth.
Yes.
Brett, what are your initial thoughts? What do you got? What are you thinking?
I was like, what am I watching the whole time? Because it's a slasher film. It's like Death Wish almost, but then it gets into a movie within a movie. And I'm like, okay, what is going on here? There's a lot of layers going on. It's a lot of just theme genres too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of everything.
I felt like
a lot of everything.
If Once Upon a Time in Hollywood wasn't made, I don't think we'd get this movie. Right? There's a lot of like on-set type of like acting within acting, you know.
I was thinking Once Upon a Time Hollywood a lot, where I'm like, oh, they're even on the backdrop. I'm just waiting for someone to be like, hey.
Even Kevin Bacon, right? He had the whole get-up like J.J. Getty's in Chinatown, right?
Yes.
I feel like, okay, I overall like the movie, right? Initial thoughts we just saw like a minute ago.
Yeah, 100.
Honestly,
I liked it.
I gotta be honest. She didn't show her tits enough. For my liking, for my personal liking. Every time that she showed them, they would cut away.
They cut
show
quick.
It.
Yeah,
they showed other girls, they didn't show her.
Yeah, she was not naked at all.
Which I guess is the final boss. She showed enough tit in 2 films, but it's like, I wanted that third film tit.
Same here. I was sitting there, I was waiting for it the whole time. I'm like, when's it happening?
Even a sex scene.
And a movie about a porn star, there's
very clean.
It's very clean. There's only like one pornographic scene, and it's still like not her.
That was a little bit disappointing for me.
Like,
I did like the movie. I think
we saw Iraq once, right? When they did the on the it was on the tape. No, when they showed the tape
from the old film.
From the old film.
Yeah.
So there was no nudity in this from her. So yeah, seen them.
I like the film. I think casting wise, I would have had a little more fun with it. Right? I don't want to spoil too much of the film, but there's like a Night Stalker character. And then even the Kevin Bacon part, he plays like a Louisiana like detective guy.
Yeah.
That, to me, that part should have been like McConaughey or even Rob Lowe, because they keep mentioning like St. Elmo's Fire in the movie.
Yeah.
So it'd be funny if you get like a guy from the 80s.
Someone from the 80s would have been great.
Bacon is kind of from there, but it's like he was just in that fairy dance movie. I'm not really...
Yeah. I was thinking of...
I didn't really buy him in that part.
I was thinking Christian Slater for some reason.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
I don't know why. Cool. I was just like slimy Slater just would be a good dude.
Yeah. I just wish they pushed a little further. Even when the killer ultimately is revealed, it's like a no-name actor.
Yeah.
Where I lean over to Brad, I'm like, dude, imagine this was like Kevin Spacey.
Yeah,
how crazy that'd be! Like that'd be the craziest.
Like, he was been a named guy and not named in the not named at all in the cast.
No, and
you
don't show. And then all of a sudden, imagine Kevin Spacey shows up. He's like, I'm romantic, and I'm gonna finger your ass. You're like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
It would have been nice if it was Kevin Spacey.
It'd be so cool if it was Spacey.
Even Nick Cage. I don't care.
You know who else I was thinking too? I was thinking Robert Englund. You go with that casting, right?
That'd been cool.
Because you're like, oh, it's fucking Freddy. Like that would
have
been cool.
That would have been cool.
But overall, like that movie was just like, it was very meh. I didn't leave feeling like, oh, Charge. I felt like,
It's another movie. That's all I was thinking. Like, I'm like, oh, it's a movie. Because I think also, like, maybe I had the bar too high for myself.
Yeah.
And then when I watched it, I'm like, oh, okay. This is it. This is what it is.
I was expecting a lot. Because I really enjoy X. I really enjoy Pearl.
Yeah.
I was expecting the world.
I think I was expecting too much as well.
Yeah.
And, like, I really, again, like, I also like Pearl and X. And I was like, the bar was so high. And then watching it, the bar is, like, getting lower and lower and lower. And I'm like, okay. And, like,
she has a lot of... What was weird to me, she has a lot of one-lines of coke. She's never done... And I personally, I've met some people in my life, right? I've never met anyone who does 1 line of coke.
How many lines do you do?
You never do 1, right? If you're going to do 1, you're going to do 10.
Okay.
And this whole movie, every 5 minutes, she has 1 line. And she just does 1 and looks in the mirror and she's like, I'm ready. It's like, that's not how it works. So I've heard.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I've never done coke.
I've watched a lot of 80s movies. I hear that's how you do it. I hear you do more than 1.
I've never done it.
That's
ever.
Good. That's healthy. That's good.
Thank you. But I just thought I just thought it was a pick-me-up the whole time. Yeah. I'm like, oh, she needed a boost.
Yeah, it was good. I like when she went to the rave. That was cool. But then nothing really happened. Like, she chases the... I mean, I feel like I wanted more a little bit. Every scene I was like, I want more here.
There was, a lot of that. Yeah. A lot of that.
Even the dynamic between the 2 goofy cops, Bobby Cannavale and that hot chick, Michelle, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like,
give
me more
enough.
though. Well,
I did laugh once when she's like, give me cover when she said I got to reload, and she's already covered. Yeah. Like, they can't hit her.
And then she runs over with a scissor in her eye, falls down the hill. Spoiler alert.
That was a cross.
A cross, yeah.
But it wasn't
even all like the Devil Mania stuff of the 80s. Like, it kind of reminded me of like Interview with the Devil, right? When we saw that, or Late Night with the Devil.
Great film.
Great lighting. I just called for that lighting package there. But
I was into the whole occult thing, but they didn't go down. They didn't go down there.
It ended up just being like weird religious people.
Yeah, just stuff in the background.
I know.
And it wasn't even that guy, right?
No.
It was like.
I know.
The night killer or the night stalker was not a part of the cult stuff.
No.
So there's like 2 things going on here. I was like, all right.
I wanted it to be more like I almost wanted like more 80s. I wanted just more grit, more like.
Yeah, that's the one thing I did like though. It was the 80s, like.
The aesthetic was definitely good. They nailed the set decoration.
And I like that black nerd who's in the movie guy. I don't know if he was gay or not.
No, because he's like, I'm the only guy that doesn't want to bang you.
Yeah, but maybe he doesn't want AIDS.
No, if you don't want to bang a girl, you're gay. That's how it works. No, imagine seeing a girl and I don't want to bang you. Oh, that's fine, but you're a gay guy.
Yeah, but she's in the industry. But I'm
Dude, wear 17 condoms on your giant dong and go in there.
That's valid. And he did say this place isn't what it used to be.
They used to do weird sex shit.
Yeah, he was probably flipping.
I remember
glory holes in the back of the video store.
Well, speak for yourself on that one, but no, he probably did. Probably did a glory hole.
Glory hole. I was 6. I wasn't doing glory holes back then.
I remember the second kill of my life. I actually wore 2 condoms because I heard she got around a little bit. I was very nervous. Shout out Mel. You know who you are. She becomes Maxine. Like, in real life, it's actually
this releases and she becomes Maxine. She's like,
no, she was a hot
ginger.
She's
killing all your friends, man. I better not get killed.
No, she was a good time. I'm gonna call her later, but yeah, I don't know. The film, I don't want to say it was a letdown, but it was just like
no, it's a letdown because your bar was too high. That's
the bar was definitely too high.
I think I need to see it again to get it proper, but it's definitely not better than Pearl or X.
No,
unfortunately.
But I feel like there's more budget. I don't know if they landed the plane on this one, you know? I wanted a little more fun with casting.
Yeah.
I wanted the soundtrack could have been a little better. Even the kills were like.
The soundtrack wasn't even that good.
Even the kills were kind of meh, off screen.
Yeah.
We have all this build up on this guy in the leather being weird, and then it's just like, oh, it's like a nobody. You're like, make that somebody cool.
Like I didn't.
Kevin Bacon's doing like a McConaughey, Nick Cage type performance. You're like, why not just get those guys?
Yeah.
Why get Kevin Bacon? Kevin Bacon is fine. I'm not like chirping him, but it's whatever. It's not like give me more. Give me somebody.
Who's this too? He's a little goofy too.
Yeah, and I'm not buying him as this guy at all.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's in the middle. It's just a ho-hum. It's just a film. It's just another movie, man.
It's rare that the third movie ever delivers, though. In trilogies, it's rare the third one is a banger.
That's true.
I can't even think right now.
I don't even know if they are going to make a fourth one. He said he wanted to make a fourth one.
Is the fourth one just maybe a creeper, like a porno addict, cookie cutter?
Could be. Yeah, that'd be cool. Or she becomes president.
President of what? The Porn Association? Or?
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Oh my God! Imagine they did a tie-in with like Boogie Nights. That would be sick.
Yeah, I'd be down with the Boogie Nights.
Her and Dirk Diggler have a scene.
That'd be interesting. Mark Wahlberg's still around.
Yeah, you
could easily get him.
You could de-age him, de-age his wiener.
He's only doing Netflix stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So we could easily get him.
Bring Marky Mark in.
That'd be awesome. Just like she's in.
Just one
somehow
scene.
She's in Boogie Nights.
It's like, oh, I have a gift. I'm a star too. They both want to be stars. They're just like cokeheads with big dicks.
Well, she becomes an actual star.
She does.
In the end. Maybe. Yeah, we don't know. Maybe.
Because in her mind, she does all that stuff. The movie could have just been horrible.
Yeah, what if she crashes and burns and then she becomes a new Night Stalker in the fourth one?
I feel like she's got that devil in her. She wants to do more with killing.
She's already killed everybody before.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I don't even want to say this really, but I feel like once you start killing people, it's like something that gets you hype.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if you're a serial killer, you're not going to stop. You've already done it.
That
could be kind of the movie, right?
And that one scene in the alleyway.
She loved that. She enjoyed that a little too much.
She enjoyed that way too much.
Yeah, the ball scene?
Yeah,
the ball scene?
Yeah, the ball scene.
So
Trust.
Good. Yeah, not spoiling it, but the ball scene.
Yeah, the ball scene. It was not unforgettable. It was like a great scene in the movie.
That was a fun one. The whole crowd was going nuts.
Yeah.
That's the fun of seeing a movie. Again, I don't want to go on this.
There was like a good 700 people in there.
A lot of people there, and dude, everyone was like loving it. Like when big moments happened, people were cheering. Like even when they showed like Bates Motel and they alluded to other films.
I kind of laughed when they were like the audience got into Bates Motel. I was just like, really?
They liked that a little too much. Yeah. It was strange.
It was weird. I'm just like, oh, okay.
She runs through the Back to the Future like downtown area. When she runs down the stairs, it's Back to the Future.
But that movie doesn't come out until '87, I think. So I was just like,
no, but didn't they use that set for
something else? They had to.
They used it for one of those high school movies with that guy who did all of them.
I was thinking of that, like when they were running through the set. I'm like, oh, what movies are these sets all in and stuff? It was just something I was thinking.
I also, you know what? I didn't fully believe that female director lady either. The hard ass.
For a second there, I thought she was going to be the murderer.
I could see that. I was just
would that be her?
I'm not believing her as just like, oh, I'm an auteur. I'm gonna make my movie. It's like, in the '80s, they'd literally be like, shut the fuck up, bitch.
Yeah.
They wouldn't like.
Just make the film.
Yeah, you're making like a B-grade horror film.
Yeah,
she's acting like she's making like the greatest movie ever. It's like you're making like a horror movie.
It's 100,000. That's it. Yeah. Just make the movies going on VHS because she had the whole thing like, oh yeah, VHS saved us.
We're doing the movies. It's like, oh, shut up.
We're doing a sequel.
And even the kind of the motivations of the villain. Again, not to get too spoiler territory here, but just like oh, Hollywood's poisoning us and screens are bad. It's just like.
Yeah, but
give me a little more. Give me a little more.
And he was like, oh, but he also wanted to be famous because like he's making.
He had
his
a
movie.
weird thing. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah.
I'm trying not to spoil it.
He was like a televangelist kind of type character.
Yeah.
I'll say that. I'll go that far.
It should have been the actor that was in Bones and All, the creepy dude who played Sully. I can't remember that actor's name right now, but he's just creepy.
Mark Rylance?
Yeah.
He's a good actor.
I would have had him as the preacher guy.
Again, though,
he's creepy.
It's easy
he's just creepy.
He is a good actor, creepy guy. It's easy to do casting stuff because it's like a fantasy team. We can just like name all the people.
Yeah.
I'm sure the budget they had was like nothing, and they couldn't do that.
Yeah, and he could have been busy.
Sure.
Let's say that.
That's
I don't
true.
even know what the budget for this film was. It's got to be like.
It's got to be more than the other two.
I don't even know what those were. I totally forgot to look that up.
I feel like
Let's
they're
say
10 million.
Go 100 million.
On this? No, this
just
is
to recreate
like 40,
the 80s.
40 maybe.
The 80s might be a big budget.
Yeah, but it's
it was like it felt
film,
like
isn't it? They're not going to put.
Oh yeah, so yeah, 50.
50 or under, I bet.
Yeah, probably. So they can't get those guys.
Probably not.
Man,
do you got anything else on this film?
I don't know. You could probably get Nick Cage for $200.
Nick Cage and McConaughey would do it for Line of Blow.
I'll
call both of them right now. They'll do it.
Is there anything else that I didn't like? No. I wish
What
they
did you? Okay, give me the number one thing you loved about it. Number one thing you hated, or would change. Car just sped by. Dom tried to just rip by us there. Family.
I liked the aesthetic of the 80s. That's probably my favorite thing. I just.
Good. Cameraman knew the assignment.
I like.
A hot girl goes by, literally zoom in on her butt immediately. Yeah. That's an obvious statement, though. That's obvious.
I liked everything that was the 80s. Like as I was watching, I'm like, more films need to be in this time period, just because I like the old school technology.
Yeah.
And how you just can't solve murders without a cell phone. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no tech. It's still grimy.
Yeah, up to like you can do anything up to like 2005, and then it's like too modern and it's ruined.
And I like just the video store.
The
like,
cool.
Something about it really took me back home in the sense of like, man, I miss 80s. I miss the 80s.
I like how this series has gone. What was the first one? The 50s or 60s, right?
Yeah,
Then the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
So the next one might be 90s and she's washed up.
Dude, if it's 90s
that could
grunge
be the 90s
era,
and she's banging, what's the Nirvana guy?
Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, she's banging Cobain.
But no, like her washed up
Maybe
or
she
something.
becomes like Madonna, does singing.
That could be cool. Just anything. And what did I hate about this movie? I don't think I really hated anything.
She didn't have that.
It just didn't have. Yeah, I think my bar again too high, and it just didn't give me that oomph. You know what? Not enough nudity. That's what I hated. Not enough nudity for a movie set in the porn industry.
If you're doing a porn movie, I expect like everybody to be naked, sucking, fucking all the time.
Yeah, not enough nudity.
Yeah, I agree. And guess what? There never could be enough.
No.
There's no amount where I go, this is enough. I go, a little bit more.
Yeah.
One more tit.
Just a little bit.
Give me one more half a
especially
cock.
after you watch like Infinity Pool as her last movie.
Infinity
Pool
is so hot. If anybody's seen that film, it's David Cronenberg's son. I forget his name. Brandon, maybe? Brandon Cronenberg.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
There's a scene where the guy who plays Tarzan.
Skarsgård.
Yeah, that guy. One of the Skarsgård guys. It's older brother.
Yeah.
He's sucking her tit on a beach.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if I told you how many times I fapped for this film, I'd be in jail. It's a masterpiece. So
it's true, though.
It's so good, man. And she's just like, oh, yeah, I suck that tit, baby. And she's a little British voice. So hot.
And her yelling on you bedwetter. I laugh.
I'm going to go home and watch that film.
I think I like Infinity Pool more than
If you haven't seen Infinity Pool, watch that. This is a Maxine review, but watch Infinity Pool. It's so good.
It's so a great movie. But after watching that as her last film, you're like, man, I expect to see more nudity in this film because it's a porno movie.
I know.
It's set in the pornos. It's the 80s.
I feel like that might have been her and her agent's been like, no, let's do a real.
Yeah, you've done enough.
You've shown tits enough.
Yeah.
Which is, you haven't.
Well, her last 4 films in a row, right?
Make it 5. How many times does Harvey Keitel show his shaft?
Like every film.
On the cover of Badly Tiny, he has his nub out, which I love the guy for that. He's doing heroin, he has his dick out. That's what a man does.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Right now, he's pulled the horn out.
I have to use a lot of blur budget.
In Hamilton, just a little bit, but in Hamilton, nobody would even blink it. He'd be like, oh, cool.
Nice horn.
Can I smoke it? Can I smoke your horn?
Can I put some coke on it?
Oh, I wish.
What'd you hate and like?
To me, again, it was just like one of those films where I don't know how much will stick with me. Like, it felt like I was just watching it, bathing over me, and I was like, nothing stuck to me where I'll, like, be doing my laundry a week from now and go, like, oh, that was so cool. There's not, like, that moment.
The ball scene. That's
the ball
moment.
scene was good, but then again, I felt a little let down. But I think, again, expectations were too high, but...
Car crush scene was cool.
It's the third movie of a trilogy. It's like, the third one always kind of lets you down.
Yeah, and I think Pearl sits with you more and X sits with you more.
There's just more to think about, where this movie's just like, okay, I want to be a star, she's a star, and somebody's bugging her, and then it's just like, okay, well, I know, it just kind of felt very predictable.
I think they wrap everything up too, so to speak, like, whatever. Yeah.
Get that hot chick. There's a hot chick we just missed. Super zoom in, rocket. Came from Pilates class. I'm watching you. Balboni's after you. But no, that's why I wanted to talk about Axel F, because I was like, Maxine, like, I thought I'd be way more passionate about it.
Same.
And I was just kind of left like, eh.
I know. It was just like the sales left.
There's more to talk about Axel F. I was like, that was
wind,
funny.
man. I was just like, yeah, Axel F is more fun.
I know.
I don't know.
I would never bet any money that would be our reaction. I'd be like,
Same.
Axel F's going to be garbage, and Maxine's going to be a banger.
Yeah, and it was the opposite.
Yeah.
Because Maxine was just mid.
It was mid-zine. It was mid-zine.
Oh, God.
Oh, it was mid-zine.
That's just horrible.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
I still love Ty West. I love Mia Goth. I love them. But it's just
I'll
like,
see
that
the next
movie
movies.
was... Yeah.
But like,
I have season tickets for Ty West. I'm totally in on that guy.
Yeah, he's
I think he's super great director.
Yeah.
Super creative, very talented.
I agree.
I just feel like this movie was, I don't know, I think it's the expectations in my head, you know.
Yeah, if there was more tits and ass and dick, you'd be ramped.
100%.